I did a reaction video to the first trailer for this game, and I have to admit I was super excited despite the apparent similarities to Alien Isolation. One thing I can say is that Alien Isolation, this game, is not. And that's fair. Why would anyone want a copy of a pre-existing game anyway? Saying that, it probably would have been a better game if they had just copied Alien Isolation, because there are so many things that they have thrown in here that just looks like they copied and pasted aspects of other games, put them all in here thinking that the combination would make it unique. It isn't. There is so much about this game that makes you realize the issues that we have with gaming today. Let us start with the fact that they hold your hand throughout the entirety of the 5+ hours that I've played. And if that is the theme 5+ hours in, I don't think that that's going to change. You don't have to think too much because everything is laid out for you. I mean, give us a chance to think. You have the typical markers that show you where you need to go, climb and travel, and sometimes to get from point A to point B you have to go through some roundabout way for no reason or no payoff other than the fact that the developers just wanted to create more of a fear factor, because most of the time nothing happens through this journey other than the music being a little bit more scary, and after a while you just start to think, okay, nothing's going to happen. It's just some tedious thing to do to make this game longer and to give us a reason to do nothing, to get to something. I get what they were trying to do, but it essentially just does not work, because you end up rinsing and repeating this same mechanic, and it is always the same thing over and over and over again. And you have the noisy cans and objects littered through this world. Sometimes you have a random object that should not be where you are. For instance, you're walking through a forest and there's just some random cans in the middle of your path. It really makes no sense, and I'm thinking, couldn't you have thought to put something else that might be a noisemaker? It's just cans and rocks, and that's really what you're seeing. And another issue that I had with this is that sometimes you have walked that path already and there was nothing there, and then when you do your second go, there's some random can or some random object that just has no business being there. And it's just so that they can progress the game and have you create this tension or have you attract the beast that you are trying to hide from. It's just very juvenile and cheap. And mechanics that should have been included right at the start of your game are only included like 300 years later. In this instance, I'm talking about your ability to throw things to distract the creature. So it turns out our character does not figure out that you can pick something up and distract this character until like 5+ hours or something into playing the game. And I'm thinking, like, really? It took us that long to know how to pick up shit and throw? The character that we are playing is the most freaking fragile character ever, to the point of just, why is she even bothering? Every little thing that you do in this game will put her at risk of her lungs exploding. Walk through a little bit of dust, yep, lungs are gonna explode. Pick up a plank, nope, the Grim Reaper will arrive. And sometimes you need to carry that plank from point A to point B. And remember what I said earlier about having to go through roundabout ways to do shit? That's what happens with this plank. Her lungs are about to explode. The Grim Reaper is approaching, so you have to drop that plank, breathe, or pray that you can get from point A to point B without death at your doorstep. It's stupid. The inhalers, batteries, or whatever else you need to keep your fragile character alive last all of 10 seconds before you have to recharge, inhale, or do whatever else you need to do to keep her from dying. It is ridiculous just how quickly your resources are used up. But don't worry, because you're not going to run out of anything, because there is an abundance of things that you need littered through this world. I don't imagine that there was any point playing my 5+ hour playthrough where I ran out of something and there was any kind of tension because I worried about not being able to find the next inhaler or the next set of batteries. Everything that you need is everywhere that you go. And so you're really never in a situation where there are any stakes. It's just, yeah, okay, I've run out of batteries. Okay, I'm going to find some in the next 5 seconds. Oh, my inhaler's about to run out. Will I die? Oh no, because there's loads more. It's like, what? And again, I know what they were trying to do, because you cannot have a horror, a survival game if there are no stakes, if there's no tension, if there's really no challenges for your character. But the implementation of it is what is problematic. It just seems it seems as though the people that made this game have never made a game, and they've just kind of looked at what other people have done and thought, let's try and do it and try to make it different. But they didn't, and it doesn't work. It's just, yeah, no. And so there are lots more issues that I have with this game, but from my playthrough so far, these are the main things that I have found to be very problematic. At this point, I don't think that I'm going to be playing further, because I am just so bored. There is nothing new and interesting, and honestly, I'm thinking nothing's going to change. It's just going to be the same thing. The lead character is extremely boring, annoying, and fragile. All the surrounding characters are also very uninteresting, and there's just nothing or no one in this game so far that I care about enough to continue, because I want to know the outcome of the story. Even the way that they've developed this story and the plot, it's just like, It's just a weird one. And because I've played so many great horror games, it's just so hard to then look at this and think, yeah, this is, yeah, it's not great. It's not. It just pales in comparison to the many superior games that are out there. So I don't think that I'm going to finish this game. I'm bored. And there's just better things to play. So I don't think it's going to be happening. But if you guys are playing this game or have played this game, please leave your comments below and let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you for taking the time to listen to me chatter. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and please come back and watch some more of my videos. Have a lovely rest of your day. Mwah.